Good evening. Welcome to Love Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with my brother, Naeem Najib, the host of Love 101. What's going on, Naeem? How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing well. I got my special guest,
Okay.
my buddy Money, here with me today.
What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
I'm well.
Awesome. Hey, before we get started, I give a shout out to our sponsor today, which is the A Game. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the commercial, and then we'll be right back.
This is A Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
And that is the A Game. Great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. And again, if you want your free sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. 302-723-2836. So what's going on, Naeem? And what is the topic for tonight, brother?
The topic for tonight is, once again, whatever you all want to talk about. So we're having an open conversation. Ask the love doctor. Talk to me. Ask me your questions about love, relationships, and everything. And
Okay.
go with that.
Awesome.
And I'm sure we'll have a good conversation like we've been doing.
Yep,
And
yes, we will.
that includes you too, my brother.
Yeah, you might want to move over a little bit so we can see him. You know what I mean? There you go. Yeah, involve you in the conversation. So, did you want to start off like we did last week with the facts, or how you want to do it?
What's that?
Here we go. You want me to bring that up for you?
Yeah, bring it up.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you can explain it too.
Yeah. Okay. We'll break it down because this makes it very simple. You know, facts is the acronym. This is the facts of love and fear. Fear is fear, attack, anger, abuse, conflict, confusion, trauma. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me move this out of the way so everybody can see. Here we go. I gotta get this out of here. Boom. And separation. Whereas love is, I only know the love side. I know that by heart. You know, I don't even have to read that. You know what I mean? Love is freedom, appreciation, communication, trust, truth, and sincerity. Because I like to deal with this column more so than another column. You understand what I'm saying? So again, this is what I try to focus on: love and what love is. So again, that's just a breakdown of what it is. And again, as you can see, FACTS, which is an acronym, facts, and this breaks it all down. So. You know, real simple, real straight to the point, universal principles of love. And, you know, thanks to Naeem Najib. We appreciate you, brother. So I guess you could take over from here because you are the love doctor.
Well, thank you. And I hope y'all got your screenshots. You can, we'll leave it up for a little bit.
Yeah, leave it up for a little bit. Let them see what's going on with that.
Yes.
And, you know, I've been trying to get on this app. You know, something. I don't know if we having problems with the app. I mean, the Facebook. But bear with us, everyone. Been having a little trouble with this. Can't get onto the business page for some reason, but we'll work it out. Again, these are all of the facts of love and fear. Like I said, I concentrate on the love side. So,
yes,
sir.
So what is you got one comment going on here. Do you see that?
Yeah, we'll see exactly what's going on with that comment over here. Oh, we got Celeste Lofton. She says, good evening, Kings. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Celeste. We definitely appreciate it. And you know, feel free to ask any question that you may have on love or open any open conversations about love and relationships. So if you have any questions or you want to know something, this is the time to ask. And we definitely want to hear what you're thinking out there and what you have to say. So,
speaking of this, three of us are here. My brother, what questions, comments, insights you got about relationships, love, stuff? We talk about this stuff all the time. So, it's a public conversation now.
Okay. So how do I receive love in my relationship?
All right. What relationship are you talking about specifically?
And like my like close friends, family, like my inner circle, like people that I interact with
Okay.
on you know, like that I'm close to.
Well, that's a good question. Can you bring that up again?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
So
Bam.
your question was, how do you receive love in your relationship? The first question was valid too. I just wanted people to hear, different specific relationships, because all relationships function exactly the same when it comes to these principles.
Right, right.
But you usually have some particular person in mind when you're asking a question like, how can I receive love in this relationship?
Mhm.
You're not thinking about the mailman. You're not thinking about the waiter or waitress. You're not thinking about your Uber driver. Thinking about somebody, and you know who that is, or some people. So let's start with the general, and then we'll get specific. So what does it mean for you to be free? What does it mean freedom to you? And I'm hearing a little bit of feedback on the other end, Charles.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go on mute. Let y'all go ahead and break that down for us.
All right.
So freedom to me means not having restraint.
And how does restraint in a relationship feel like?
It feels like a good word that comes to mind is like manipulation, like you feel forced to do something, or not forced to just do something, but forced. You feel force
Okay.
instead of acceptance.
That's a good A1 too for love, acceptance. The next one was appreciation.
Right.
So how I hear that, what comes up is that you don't really feel free if someone's like, okay, well, yeah, you're free to come and go as you please, do what you want and stuff, but I need you to be back here by 6, right? But it's not just that, because they can say that all they want, but if you don't come back by 6, then all of my good, like
my loving
my
feelings towards you will
Yeah.
diminish or go away or whatever.
even more specifically, my kind manner to you, my pleasantries to you. I won't be pleasant. I won't be kind. I would just be shut down. I'll act like, oh, you're late. You don't care about me. I'm gonna go over here, act like this. That does feel constrained. It does feel forced. So you telling me that I'm gonna be met with a demon when I come back at 6:01, but an angel if I come back at 5:59.
Right.
That's not freedom. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. So we covered that.
Yeah, that's what it means to me. And that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome. That's why we're having the conversation. So next one, appreciation. How do you feel? What does appreciation mean to you in a relationship?
Appreciation. We're going from freedom to appreciation.
Yes. So
appreciation is I'm thinking of a synonym.
that would be very great if you could be full of a synonym for appreciation.
Right.
If you could
being grateful,
yeah.
or being appreciation is kind of like recognition. It's like
Okay.
when you acknowledge. I know communication is next, but like when you acknowledge through communication your love for someone.
So the difference between, like, say you had this water over here, like, could I have some water, my brother? And let's say you offer me it, and I'm like, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. And the difference between that and, oh, can I get some water? Yeah, all right.
Damn.
And that's it, right?
No appreciation.
No appreciation, no acknowledgement, no, and the energy is more like, okay, I'm trying to get this. I want that, give it to me, and that's it. Like, forget you, I want that, and you are a means for me to get that. So again, forget you, it's about this. But appreciation would acknowledge you with or without this, but with this, it's like, I appreciate that you made that happen for me. Thank you. Right. So can we bring the screen up again? And do you want to cover some of these comments, Charles? I could cover them too. So Celeste says, good evening, Kings. Izzy says, hello, everyone. Hello, Izzy. Thanks for joining. Tyrone Ricks, the Tint of Life is tuned in all the way from the Poconos. All right. All right. Let's go, Tyrone. What's up, fellas? He says. Jamila J. Choice TV says being. Maybe she was responding to the freedom and being acknowledged. Gratitude. That's what you said. The same as what you said. DJ Charles Brakely, Naeem, and Yanni. Yes, that is us.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We definitely appreciate it. Keep the comments coming. And again, we're talking about love and relationships, open conversation. So definitely tune in give us some questions, give us some, your feedback as well. We want to hear from the people. So
yes. And right now we're covering Yanni's question, which was how do I receive love in relationships, and specifically my close loved ones, family, friends. And so we were just talking, I was asking him about what does this mean on the love side, freedom. You said not being forced or manipulated into things, appreciation, being acknowledged for what you're doing, being grateful for things.
Yeah, all that.
And now
Communication.
Yeah. What's that mean to you?
It's when you express yourself to somebody successfully. Because you know how some people hear but they don't listen. It's the same as saying something and not being heard. So like communication to me is when you express yourself to somebody and it's received. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a difference between listening and hearing?
Definitely.
Okay, what's that?
So
you said sometimes they're not.
People hear,
but
they don't listen. Like here, you could be here, but you're not present.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
So how does that work if someone's hearing? So all right, I'll give you a dramatic example of what I think you're saying when you say hearing. So say what you just said about communication, and I'm going to demonstrate hearing you, but not listening. Okay. So go ahead.
So communication is when you are expressing yourself to someone, and, I really like if you could,
Yeah, I heard you said, it's like when you, order that Kung Pao chicken, right? What were you saying?
Huh?
Kung Pao chicken, right? Kung Pao?
I didn't say nothing about no Kung Pao chicken.
Oh, okay. Well, because I was trying to order.
You're not even listening. You're bugging out.
And
but that's a good example. Like, yeah, if you're not, you could be expressing yourself to somebody, but it's not forming on good ground because they're not creating a space for you in their present being to receive what you're saying. So it really don't even matter whether it's positive or negative before, like, how like in for a battery to work, you need a positive negative charge. And without that flow, you don't have power. So in the communication, you need a giving end and a receiving end. Without that, you could be saying shit all day. Excuse my French. You can be saying something all day, but it's not it's not connecting. You dig what I'm saying?
So here's a question, a couple questions. Is this an example of good or bad? All right, good or bad communication? No, meaning effective communication or ineffective. So being distracted while someone's talking to you, is that effective or ineffective?
If you're distracted, yeah, that's ineffective.
Because you said about being present, and they may not be here, they may not be present with you.
Right.
All right. What about waiting till the person's finished talking so you can say what you had already planned to say like 4 days ago to them? Is that good communication?
No, that's ineffective. And we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of that because when you want to speak to somebody or like you will play around with the conversation, how you anticipate the conversation, how it's going to play out in your brain, but things don't always go according to plan like that. So that's your own ego trying to control the situation.
Good point. All right, let's move on. So next one is trust. How does that go for you? Trust. What does that mean in a relationship? To feel trust, to give trust, receive trust. How does that?
Trust is a tricky one. Because, I don't know.
And we're here to untrickify it. But go ahead and tell me what you think it is.
I feel like trust is respect.
Okay. I think we might have lost connection. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear us, Charles? Okay, you can. All right, because it's acting crazy. But all right, you said trust, respect. Go ahead. What else? How is that?
I'm just big on synonyms.
Okay.
So, I feel like trust is synonymous with respect. You respect people not 100% of the time you will trust someone and have you can have respect for someone without trust, but I feel like respect has to come before trust.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Maybe I'm tripping. I might be tripping.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I might be tripping. I could be tripping, y'all.
Anyway, would you like another way to look at it?
Yeah. Give me another perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote a book about trust, and the synonym for trust would be certainty that I would use. Trust means certainty. Now, here's the question, though. We're talking about two levels. We're talking about the level of basically the intent for someone's heart and the action in which you can actually see and clock in real time. So can you trust, meaning be certain that we said the show start at 7 o'clock. Are we going to start at 7 o'clock on the dot? Can you be certain about that? Can you be certain that that's going to actually happen every time?
Not 100%.
So there's no certain. If it's not 100%, it's basically 0%. Think about the brakes on your car. What if your brakes on your car worked 98% of the time? Would you feel safe to drive the car?
Nah.
All right. So
you talk about brakes.
I'm talking about brakes, and I know how you drive. So, so if trust is certainty, then the question is, and no, you don't got to answer right away, but I just want to put it up there. Should you trust people on the level of form? Meaning on the level of you're going to show up and do this. I gave you money. You're going to pay me back. Show up on time, all that stuff. Can you really be certain of any of that actually happening?
Negative.
All right. So trust is really not warranted.
You got to respond to the people, though.
On the level of form. And we'll get to this. And now we're talking about trust on the level of content, meaning of the heart. Trust is love because we had it. Can you bring that up, the chart again? Trust. If trust is love, because this is all synonyms, all these are synonyms for love, then trust is freedom. Trust is appreciation. Trust is communication. Trust is sincerity. So what I'm saying by trust, it means that, okay, although you may not get there on time, I trusted that you meant to. And I respect that. But if you don't get here on time, I'll wait as long as I can, but I'm going to be graceful because I know that there's times that I haven't gotten there on time. And there's times that I haven't shown up, times that my phone has died and all sort of things. So trust is more about believing in the goodness of people, but acting on and up to the point that you're comfortable. It doesn't say, well, I trust you, so all of a sudden I'm going to let you watch my kids. It's like, no, I trust that you, like, for example, how old are your children? Yeah, I was asking you. I thought you forgot.
I thought you was talking to me.
Yeah, I was talking to him. You know how old my kids is.
So how old?
They're I have an almost 4
I know, but you don't know.
I have an almost 4-year-old and a 5-year-old.
All right, so let's say 4 years old, right? 5 years old. Let's say Emmy wants to. If you asked her, you said, my car is blocking somebody, the neighbor. They're being blocked in, and I need to move it up a little bit so they can get out. Do you think she would, if she could help, like she would want to move the car if she could?
Yeah, she would want to move the car for sure.
So you trust her little self and her heart that she would really want to help you that way.
I trust her intentions to be of assistance in moving the car.
Now here's a question though. Would you give her the key? And we're on public, so if you're about to say yes, say no anyway.
No.
All right. You can't be confessing to child abuse in public. Yeah. So, all right. So you wouldn't give her the key. Why? Because you don't trust her?
No, because it's irresponsible of me to put that amount of trust in her.
Well, again, you still trust her, so the trust is complete. But to put that responsibility on her,
responsibility of that,
right?
Just responsible for me as a father to put her in that situation.
Just like you wouldn't trust somebody, or let's say you may trust somebody's like you just met them at the ATM machine, like, oh, I need some money, can you give me, like, no, I don't have any money. It's like, all right, I'll work for it. I'll do your taxes for you, And you met
you at the ATM.
Yeah, you met them at the ATM begging you for money. Now, who knows? Maybe they can be, but in most cases, you probably would not go ahead with that. Although you may trust that they sincere about that. So we're talking about making trust, bringing it down to earth, because a lot of times we like to say there's levels of trust. I don't trust you this much yet, or that. Listen, you can trust 100% of the people 100% of the time immediately if you wanted to. But it does not mean you're going to let them watch your kids. Doesn't mean you're going to let your small children drive the car. It doesn't mean that you're going to let them cook food in the stove for you, even though they really, really, truly want to, and they mean it.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, my brother.
Yes.
Trust is having a generous thought about someone or anyone with boundaries that are specific to you.
Oh, I like that. That was a good one. Say that again.
So if I'm hearing you right,
okay.
Trust is having a generous thought or a kind thought about in your interaction with someone, along with boundaries that are specific to the individual.
Right. So you're having, yes, that generous thought, or otherwise known as, I believe in the goodness of your intentions.
Right.
And I have my boundaries about how far I'm going to go with this.
So that's consistent. That can be consistent. Like you said, you can have a consistent faith in anyone's intentions all the time. Mm-hmm. But the decision you make with them is a result of the boundaries you have as an individual.
And it has no bearing on the trust, because trust is love.
Right.
Because you cannot trust someone and not love them. You can't love someone and not trust them. Mm. And it's just making these things simple rather than convoluted how we make it. But let's go to the comments real quick.
Yeah,
hey, I got to throw this in there too. Think of how many times you trust somebody making your food, or if you're catching a plane, you trust this pilot to get you wherever you got to go. Word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we trust a lot, believe it or not, without even knowing it. You know what I mean? So again, that's just something to think about. Well, we do got some comments out there, so I'm gonna jump right on those right quick. And we got my man Taymu. He says, "What's up, good brothers? What's going on, Taymu? Thanks for tuning in." He's in Jacksonville, Florida.
All right.
By way of Chester, PA. And Coco Banks says, "This is good stuff." Thank you, Coco Banks. Thanks for tuning in. And Jamila J. Choice, what's up, Jamila? She said, "Naeem, why is love so hard in 2021, or is it just me?"
That's a good one.
You want to answer that, or you want to go through all the questions first?
Let's go to the next one and then come back.
And we'll come back. And Dreddy Gal says, "Thanks as always to you all for creating this loving space. Could you talk and teach more about trust and how we can create trust in relationships? Sometimes people say that trust is earned, etc. What do folks mean with that? Thanks again." And this has got to be Kendra or either Izzy. She says, "Hey, fam kings. Hi, fam king." So thanks for tuning in. We definitely appreciate y'all. And we're going to go back. You want to go back to Jamila first?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to Jamila first. Let me go on mute.
Okay. So basically, why is love so hard? Well, based on the model we've set up for love, it's not hard. If you could be more specific, Jamila, because I know you're speaking about something very specific. Are you talking about dating? Are you talking about cohabitation? Are you talking about romance? Are you talking about getting along with your employees and employers, friendships, family, relatives? Because these are different scenarios, but love is applied the same to every single one. So whether it's your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, appreciation is appreciation. Communication is communication, and trust, as we talked about, is trust, and freedom is freedom. It's when what's hard is the other side, which means I'm gonna have to share the screen. The other side of the equation, which was the fear side. I'll tell you what's hard. Can you show our screen? What's hard is being afraid in any situation, being afraid to express yourself as you are. What's hard is feeling like you're gonna be attacked, or anger, someone's going to get angry at you or abuse you in some way, even abuse your kindness or your generosity, your good nature, good intentions. That's hard, dealing with that. Conflict and confusion is hard. It's hard dealing with that when it's for no reason, when it's like we got deadly viruses that's doing Transformer Decepticon moves on us every week, coming into a new I am not just the coronavirus. I am the Texas coronavirus. Now I'm the Texas Houston coronavirus. I'm the Texas Houston South African. Corona. It's just we got all of this, but then you still want to have conflict about why I didn't get here at 6 o'clock and I'm here at 6:01, right? So, and she said yes, being misunderstood, trauma, that is so hard. That's hard. And separation is also hard. Love should be easy because love is easy. This stuff over here, that stuff on the left, that stuff is difficult. It's always difficult for everybody in every situation, every time. And when you are misunderstood, again, when someone's not trusting that you're coming from a good place and they think that you're out to get them, they're suspicious, whatever, that's hard to deal with. And you feel like you got to defend yourself. It's like, I was literally offering a compliment to a guy about his jacket the other day, and he looked like he wanted to fight me. He acted like I was intimidating him or something. I said, "Hey," he's like, "Hey, what's up?" I was like, "It's a nice jacket." He's like, "Yeah, I know it's a nice jacket. What's up?" I'm like, I just smiled and walked away. I mean, I was wearing my mask, but I still smiled to myself and was like, "You're just afraid. That's all. You don't know how to receive, and you misunderstand the place I'm coming from." But as long as we don't get into anything physical, it's all okay. Let's just keep it moving, right? So being understand can be very. Can you show those comments of Jamila? Yes, kindness for weakness. You said that's a terrible place to be, because that's again when someone's operating on that left side with the fear, the attack, the abuse, then they're looking at you as in an opportunistic way instead of a compassionate, generous, and loving way, an appreciative way. Those who are selfish don't appreciate, they just try to get. And I'm going to use up this person's kindness until it's no more. It's just like using it up until you just like, I can't deal with you anymore. And that's just how they've been programmed, how we've been programmed to treat relationships. And it's unfortunate. That's why you need to look at the right side, which is love, freedom, appreciation, communication, trust, sincerity. And one key note on this, y'all, this is something that is not said enough. I'm going to say two things here. One, about how we all have abused relationships in some way. If you're only calling someone you call your friend, your relative, whoever. You're only calling, texting, reaching out, emailing, or meeting up with them because you need something from them. That's an abusive relationship. If they're only calling and reaching out to you only when they need something from you, that's an abusive dynamic. Stop doing that, and stop allowing people to do that to you. And also, on the second hand, when it talk about exchange for value, right? We call ourselves supporting our family and friends, right? Like, I support you, you're my brother, right? But let's say you're my brother and you have a hoodie, a t-shirt business. Well, what do you actually do though? That you're a creative artist, you're a musician, right? You make music, right? You sell it, right? What if I'm like, oh, my brother, I love that beat. I'm making this movie. I love that for the soundtrack. Oh, how much I would love to use that. And then what would you say?
I'm sending you the file, bro.
Okay. Now, here's what I would say if I didn't support you. I'm like, yeah, thanks, bro, because that's why we brothers. That's the file. I'm gonna take that file. I'm gonna put it in, and I may or may not forget to put your name in the credits. But here's what I would do if I actually supported you.
Damn.
Yeah. Here's what I would actually do if I supported you. How much?
Nobody gonna see that it was my beat.
I'm gonna just change it for my name. I would say, how much you charge for these beats? How much, or how what's the licensing fee? How much you charge for it?
Well, I mean, like, all right, for the sake of the example, like if I charge you $100 for a beat, or like the
no. Not how much you charge me. How much do you charge?
Right.
That's my question. And so, for the sake of example, how much do you charge?
I charge $100 per beat.
Okay, so I want 3 beats from you, and so I would say, how can I pay you for these 3 beats? Do you accept cash, quick pay, Zelle, Cash App? That's what I would do.
Right.
If I actually supported you.
Right.
And if you were really my friend or family member who I really wanted to support, I mean, like, I'm gonna pay for 6 beats, but I'm only gonna receive 3.
Right.
Because I want to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And what you might say,
that's love.
You see, what you might say, oh, you my brother, it's okay, we brothers. And what I would say is like, and because we're brothers, and because I value you as a musician, and you're contributing value to something of value that I'm doing that I actually need for this project, mm-hmm. as an artist, as a businessman, mm-hmm. as a creator, what do you charge, and how can I honor that contract? Business to business. And then because you're my brother, I want to pay more, mm-hmm. because I support you and I see you and I believe in you. That's what I would say if I actually supported him as my brother. All right. Because if a stranger can give you $100 for a beat, why can't your brother give you at least $100 for a beat? So anybody out there, which is most of us, that don't think this way, you are not supporting your friends and family. You're abusing them. You're abusing their talents. You're abusing their kindness. You're not appreciating them. So stop doing that. Just stop. All right.
Hey, we need more like you, Naeem. Need more like you.
Don't think about people you love like that. Don't abuse them. Right. When you are doing something that is offered, here's what I challenge you to do. Let's say, I don't know, I sell water, right? And you need some water. You come to me.
I need some water.
I'm like, all right, my brother, it's $5 for this water. Let's say, for example, I got my wallet right here. Uh-huh. Here's what we would do, right? Uh-huh. Here's what you can do, because the programming, the desire to just give it away to the people you love is so much. But remember, you're in business to make money. You're in business to prosper. In exchange of finance and currency and value, not just by money, but maybe we trade goods and service part that promotes a healthy, strong, vibrant economy and relationship. If I see that you have something and I value it, I'm like, oh, what can I give you for that? It may not be cash money, but maybe it could be something else, a good or service that you want and you value. So let's say this is the money. I said, oh, you want some water? I have water. My brother is $5.
All right, I'd like to support you in your endeavor of selling water. May I have some water? May I purchase some water from you? Okay,
now I'm gonna play the advocate of somebody who's programmed to just give away. It's like, no, you my brother. You don't have to. It's on the house. It's for you.
Right, but I want to support you in.
I know, but you business. Do. It's like you support me intangibly, and so in the spirit, in the ethereal realm. It's like it's the love that you give me. It's just it puts gas in my car. Like I just think about you. I go to the gas station. I say, my brother loves me, and I put it in there, and it just gas comes out. It just supports me, just your love.
So you want Ethereum for the world?
Yeah, shut up. All right, let's get back in. All right, so now let's say I'm a recovering abusee. Like I'm abusing myself right now, by the way, y'all, by denying his honest, sincere request to actually support me and exchange value, because you know you're not walking into a regular store and they just gonna hand you water off of love. All right, let's be for real. So let's say we have the love and we also have the business. I'm like, okay, my brother, I really want to give this to in my mind, I really want to give it to you as a gift. So I'm gonna do this in 2 different ways. Okay, here you go. And I've received the money. The transaction is complete. And now, let's say later on, I'm like, you know what? I want to put some gas in your tank here, right? Or let's say I'm gonna knock that off your head in about 10 seconds.
Okay,
I was trying to.
You got distracted.
Yeah,
gas tank.
You were successful in that.
Gas tank.
Right. So, or you could just simply say, I received this money from you, and it's my gift. I'm going to give you this money, right? Do the whole transaction if you want to be doing a gift. But also, if you want to do a barter, you're like, okay, I received that. Let me take you out to eat sometime.
Yeah.
Or what?
You got to make sure they catch what you're saying, because you're doing it in different ways.
Yes.
But you're saying complete the transaction.
Complete the transaction first.
Something for value. So if your friend or your close family member has a business and you want to support them, but you don't want, because people's understanding is, oh, family is not good business. It's like, no, business is business, regardless of who you interact with professionally.
And families
should be an exchange of value. So your regular customer, your regular patron, you might not be able to take out on a lunch day. It might be somebody in another country. It might be somebody that you don't get to see on a regular basis. But doing something, exchanging, like, time to me is the great equalizer. That is whenever you invest your time in someone, that's the most valuable thing for everybody.
That's right. You can't get that back, brother. You know what I mean?
So that's fine. That's where I'm coming from.
Yes. Time is not a renewable resource, but money, can you get more money?
Yeah.
Can you get more energy?
Yes.
But time, once it's done, it's done.
It's done. Yeah.
So
that's good, because you see a lot of people, they take advantage of the situation. Especially, family, they see you. Oh, well, I know he ain't gonna charge. It's crazy, because you'll go to Walmart and, and it's always about the hookups too. You know how it is, man.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Yo, man, can you hook me up? Like, okay, you're not gonna go to Walmart and say, okay, let me get a hookup on whatever store. Can I get a hookup? You're just gonna pay the price and just say, here, man, this is how it is, So,
right.
Hey, you're right. Hey, we got some more comments over here too, man. Jayla Choice says, Jamila Choice says, yes. She was talking about after you answered her question, I assume. And then Rob says, you're right, Brother Charles. You trust the airplane pilot, brain surgeon, dentist, or do you just pray and hope you just pray and hope you come out right? So yeah, you're right about that. So we trust a lot more than what we think we do. So
we put literally our lives in the hands of strangers, and based on the context of them having a certification from the FAA or from Uber Academy online, then we're gonna go ahead and put our life in their hands. And so you do believe in the goodness and the skill of strangers that you've never met, yet we want to be in close relationships with people and say, oh, but you lost my trust, or you got to earn my trust, and this and that. Got to earn your trust. What's the metric? How many units of trust, for how many units of time, and how many units of energy do I got to invest to get the whole trust all the way to the top? It doesn't work like that, people. You either trust or you don't. And that's the bottom line. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Can we go back?
Very true.
Gal's comment.
Who's this? Jetty Gal?
Yes, I believe she said something.
Here she go.
Okay. Can you read that again while I pull something up?
Yep, gotcha. She says, thanks as always to you all for creating this loving space. Could you talk and teach more about trust and how we create trust in relationships? Sometimes people say that trust is earned, etc. What do folks mean by that? Thanks again. And we thank you, Dreddy Gale, for always tuning in. Thank you. We appreciate you. Appreciate the comments. Appreciate the support. I'm going to leave that there for a second for you, Naeem, so you see it.
I have the perfect answer to this question.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I've written it 3 years ago. So let's go here. So we're going to answer all these questions. If you would mind sharing the reading with me, my brother.
Okay, I got you.
All right. So can you get our screen?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let me get this out here. Hold on.
Thank you. So we're going to make
this out of here too. Shoot, my bad. Bang.
Bigger. So trust. This is lesson 1, and trust is not a game. And I hear the feedback. Can you
oh, yeah, that's me, buddy.
Thank you. So we're just going to go through this as a real short chapter. What is it? We need a common understanding of what trust is before we can talk about having it. Have a conversation with your partners about the following questions. So what is trust? What does trust mean to you? Do you trust yourself? Are you a trustworthy person? What makes someone trustworthy? What makes someone untrustworthy? Can trust be lost? Can trust be found? How so? How so? Can trust be broken? Can trust be fixed? How so? Is trust earned? Are there levels to trust? These are very important questions to ask. Why? And could you continue?
Because we need to know exactly what we're talking about when we use the word trust. We can agree that everyone wants trust and to be trusted. Now let's discuss what trust is. Discussion with the program or fear.
Yes.
We are going to have a dialogue with fear about its viewpoints on trust. Then we'll tell the truth about trust. We're going to use simple common sense to dialogue with fear.
Thank you for bringing up that fear, because this is what the program is. On your left side, it's attack, it's abuse, it's confusion, it's trauma. That's what the program is. So that's what we're talking about when we say the program. It's all of this at the same time. So let's start with this question. What is trust? Let's start with what it is in the first place. So here's the program principle, and this is the voice of the program, so y'all know. Trust is complicated, yo. It's complicated. You know, the program believes trust is complicated and complex. So here's a discussion topic. What is trust? I'll be the program.
Okay.
You be Constance.
Right.
So, yo, trust is complicated. Man.
Why does trust have to be complicated?
You know, everybody has their own way of seeing it. It's different for everybody.
All right. Well, let's find common ground.
Well, you know, it's not that easy, though.
Why? Don't you want trust in your relationships?
You know, yeah, yo, sure, trick me.
So how can you have something if you can't even say what it is?
Now let's look at the truth about trust. Please continue.
All right. Trust is simple. It's a trust principle. Trust is simple. So what is trust? Trust is love and love is trust. So trust and love are one. It is impossible to trust someone without loving them. It is impossible to love someone without trusting them. You do not have to believe this because it is true. Truth doesn't need your belief. Love is a universal principle. Therefore, it is not open to personal interpretation. Love is trust. Love is simple. Therefore, trust is simple. Moving on. How do you trust? The program principle, another program principle. Trust depends on what you say.
No, yo. Do. Trust depends on what you say and do. You're confusing the people.
Oh.
You're trying to talk like yourself. You're supposed to talk like me. All right, well, go ahead. The program believes that trust depends on what you do and say and what you don't do and what you don't say. So here's a discussion topic. How do you trust? So who do you want, program or common sense?
I'll be the program.
All right, so go ahead.
I can only trust you if I can rely on your word.
What does that mean?
If you tell me you'll be somewhere at a certain time, I expect you to be there.
So if I show up on time, you trust me. If I don't, if I'm late, you don't trust me?
You're only as good as your word.
So what if I have an emergency and I can't make it? Does that make me untrustworthy?
Not necessarily.
So you can't say that someone's words and actions will create trust in every situation, every time, can you?
Guess not.
All right, moving on. Trust principle. Trust is a choice. So go back, checking. Trust has absolutely nothing to do with what anyone says or does. This is a lie. Universal truth test. If what someone does or says cannot produce the same result, trust. In every single situation with every single person, every single time, what was said or what was done is totally meaningless. You give it all the meaning it has for you. So please continue.
If you do not trust others, it's because you do not trust yourself. Your ability to trust has absolutely nothing to do with them and absolutely everything to do with you. Trust is a decision you must make. Nothing anyone can do can cause you to trust them or to stop trusting them. You have the power of decision.
Moving on.
Okay.
Program
principle.
There's levels to this, yo. Levels to trust. Man.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah, because that's okay. Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. I was messing up before. The program believes that trust has levels, which means it can be measured. Like you were saying before, what metric of trust can be exchanged for whatever metric of time, and bottom line, you can't measure it.
So, exactly. Because if I can't give 5 minutes of undivided attention to you, and that's enough to make you trust me, again, for example, then that should be the same with anybody. Oh, it just takes 5 minutes of undivided attention. That's what makes trust. Right. No, there's no recipe book for trust. It's just, it is or it's not. Make a decision.
Right.
All right. So program believes that trust has levels, which means it can be measured. Where do you find levels? In games. So here's the discussion topic. I'll be the program this time. Right. How is trust measured? Yo, I trust some people more than others.
How? How is that possible?
It depends, okay? Like, we know each other for a long time. You know, my brother, so, I trust you more than I trust, a younger brother because you're older.
So you're saying trust increases over time. So more time, more trust. Right? That's what you're saying, right?
Pretty much, yeah,
Then you must trust everyone you've known for a long time, right?
Nah, man, it's the relationship, the bond. You my family, I trust my family because it's my blood.
So you're saying there's some sort of genetic marker for trust? Like trust is in the chromosomes?
Why you gotta be like you Confucius? You're just confusing. I'm telling you, you know what I mean already, all right? You just don't trust everyone the same.
I don't even know what you mean. You never even define trust. Could it be that you're talking about something else and calling it trust?
Damn, yo, why you gotta be this hard? Let's pause for a second and see what we got going on in the comments, because should be enough for some conversation.
Hold up.
Yeah.
She said she believes trust is built one experience at a time.
Okay, let's bring it up, because I think this is all part of the clarifying conversation. So Jamil said, I believe trust is built one experience at a time. Thank you. And Tabron says, when is trust given? When is trust taken? Can trust be regained? I like your point of view. It is simple. Well, thank you. A lot of people's like, no, it can't just be this simple. It can't just be like, I trust you. It's like, but why? What did I do to earn your trust? Because I want to. But somebody must have told you about me. Like, no, they didn't. I trust you. That's it. Why? And really want to know why? Because of how bad it feels not to trust you. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Does suspicion feel good, y'all? Does deception feel good? Does conflict feel good? Does distrust feel good? It doesn't. So if we want to feel good, talk about the truth. You see what I did? Did y'all see what I did? Yeah. Hold on, I got to walk away and come back.
No pun intended. That was good. That was good. That boy good.
Just talking about trust. You got to feel good. Talk about the truth here. Love 101. All right. Okay. So let's continue, because there was some good questions and comments brought up there. So I think this chapter, I kind of condensed the whole book into this one chapter so we can cover everything, and then the rest of the book just expands on it. So we're almost done. This is like the last conversation. So the principle is trust is maximal. Can you continue?
All right. Trust cannot be measured. You either trust or you do not. Trust is maximal all the time. There are no increments or levels because, there are no increments or levels because trust is not a game.
All right. Here's a program principle. Trust can be lost. Trust can be broken. The program believes trust can be broken or lost. Let's discuss. So how is trust broken or lost? You want the program this time? Or you All right. So go ahead.
When you don't follow through on your promise, you lose my trust.
Well, how can we find it? Do we file a missing trust report?
It's corny. I mean, that's not funny. When you break my trust, you betrayed me, and betrayal hurts. Our trust is broken.
Well, I'm looking for solutions to your ambiguous problems around trust. If trust has been broken, how do we fix it?
It depends on how I feel. You have to earn my trust back.
How you feel? Okay, so you saying how you feel? I should have put more ease in that.
Yeah, you got to.
So how you feel? I guess it's important. Like
you have to earn it back from me. You have to earn my
goodness
trust.
gracious. So is trust a feeling now, or is trust a currency that can be earned, or both?
Neither.
No, you got to say the
Yeah,
crazy
right.
part. Yeah.
You're making this complicated. It's hurting my head.
You started out by saying it is complicated when I asked you what is trust. Now I see why.
Because it is.
Maybe it's not complicated at all. Maybe it's just the way you're looking at it. How about that?
So when you said before at the end of the other program principle or program belief,
Yes.
that you could be experiencing distrust or really just fear with someone because you're thinking it's trust, but calling it something. You're calling it trust, but it's really something else.
What you're experiencing, yeah, you're
Right.
calling it, or you're calling it trust. And because remember, Jamila said, "Why is love so hard in 2021, or is it just me?" It's like, why is trust so hard? It's like, no, it's not. It's this stuff. It's the fear, the attack, the anger, the abuse, the conflict, the confusion, the trauma, the separation. That's hard. Distrust is hard. Suspicion is hard.
So maybe trust isn't so hard. Maybe it's just conflict, or maybe it's just doubt, or maybe it's just envy or jealousy.
And you know what? All of those things
are probably causing you to feel like there's no trust.
Exactly.
But in reality, you're looking at a conflict, wanting to get trust out of it, but
you know what all of those things do? They block trust.
Right.
So it's kind of like me saying, "Oh my God," I'm like, I'm trying to see you, but every time I look, I put this up. I'm like, I can't see you. Where are you? I can't see you. Where are you? You know? So, boom! The same thing with distrust, suspicion doesn't allow you to see the person as they truly are. It allows you to see what you've made them up to be in your mind. And that's not who they truly are. And that's why it doesn't feel good to distrust and to be suspicious all the time. So here's the principle. Trust is always present. Trust cannot be lost. You may not be aware of it, but that does not mean it is missing. Ever had something that was in your pocket the whole time or in your hand the whole time, you walk around looking for it? You know, trust is not made of glass and it does not break. Trust is love, and love cannot be threatened. No one can betray you, and this is important. It is your expectations that are betrayed. Now
that's heavy. That's heavy.
Where we're getting to.
I don't know if everybody's gonna catch that.
They're not. They're not. But that's still the truth, though.
But
I'm not here to be light. I'm not here to use my time talking about the weather with y'all. That's what the Weather Channel is for.
Expectations is what got hurt.
Yes.
True. Very true.
Your expectations can be betrayed. I expected you to come back at 6 o'clock and you didn't. And now what I made up, the script, the boundary, the cage I put around you got broken up. And I put all my investment on how I'm going to treat you on if you stay in that box. You broke out of it because my expectations are just a box. And you violated my box. But did you do anything wrong by violating the rules I made up for how you should behave? Did you really do anything wrong?
Nope.
Can you say that out loud? I didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Can you say it again?
I'm very innocent, and I'm completely without wrongdoing or blame.
So because you didn't follow my rules and I'm upset right now, are you wrong? Is that bad? Is that something you need to change?
Nope.
So say it. Say the whole thing.
Run it back so I can get the whole sentence.
You didn't behave the way that I thought you should.
Mhm.
I'm upset with you.
Mhm.
I think you should feel guilty
Mhm.
and at least apologize. I'm asking you, do you believe that you've done something wrong?
Okay. You had an expectation for me
Yes.
that I did not meet.
Mhm. I asked you to meet it though. I asked you to be back at 6 o'clock.
Me shifting your expectation doesn't make me wrong.
I'm closing off.
Notice he's closing.
I'm closing. I'm closing.
Right.
I'm closing like
A door.
a gym during COVID. I'm closing.
Damn.
I got you on that one. Yeah. I'm closing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of like the world during COVID, right? But yeah, so again, does it make you wrong for not following up, not fulfilling someone's expectations of you?
Right.
Does it make you wrong?
No, it doesn't make anybody wrong.
So what about if they request, well, I would feel better if you would honor my request to come back at 6 o'clock. You just didn't sit there and not say nothing?
What? Wait,
You
what
want-
was I supposed to say?
I would feel better because
That's
it
cool.
hurt me that you didn't come back when I asked you to. Yeah, I would feel better if you would just honor my request in the future. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's saying you're gonna come back at 6 o'clock, right?
Wait, what?
You said okay, so that means you're gonna.
No, it means that I'm gonna do my best to.
No, you're getting caught up. Stop right there. Let me just. All of that I did over there don't mean nothing.
Right.
It don't have nothing to do with you. How they feel has nothing to do with you. Their expectations of you have nothing to do with you. What you did has nothing to do with them.
Mm.
And you didn't do anything wrong. And you're a free man. It's not, unless they are a U.S. Marshal and you're in their custody,
Word.
then what is the point of this conversation? They can request all they want for you to do. But the bottom line is, whether you do it or you don't do it, are you still innocent?
Yeah. And it's the whole time.
Hey, you see how easily it was to get pulled into that? It's very easy to get pulled into negative.
It was that. It was that.
No, I'm just saying in general, right? The negative stuff is very easy to get pulled into that. You know what I mean? So be careful.
Yeah. So let's run it one more time. So
Oh, okay. All right.
you were doing whatever you wanted to do. I requested that you come home or pick up the phone at 6 o'clock, whatever, and you didn't. And now I'm saying to you this.
Mhm.
Ready, action. It made me feel kind of forgotten about and abandoned and betrayed, and like you weren't prioritizing me because you didn't answer my call. And so I'm requesting in the future that when I call you, just answer the phone. That's all. And within 2 rings, if you could.
Well, your feelings have nothing to do with me.
I'm just
And-
telling you how you just made me feel.
But I can't make you feel anything. I can't force a feeling on you.
Then how come I feel this way when you don't call? I feel like you
Because
just
it's your
don't care about me.
It's because the frame of your expectation was broken by me doing something contrary to what you expected me to do.
But I
That
mean,
doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't take away the innocence that I had before you set the expectation.
but is it wrong for me to expect you to come back? You normally come back at like 6 o'clock. Is it wrong for me to expect you to come
Everyone
back?
has expectations, but it's up to you to be responsible for when they're not met. Because have you met all of my expectations?
Well, if you tell me, maybe I'll try. I'm about to get him on
He's
this.
trying to get me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you because it'll get you. Watch. So
Word to
it
Baby
just-
Yoda, do or do not, there is no try.
Baby Yoda is cuter than you.
Damn, I ain't really been through it with these. Oh man.
What? You having a epiphany right now? What's going on?
What? That Baby Yoda is cuter than me?
Oh, yeah. See, I told you I'd get you somehow.
Damn.
So,
Damn. He's supposed to be like. No, but all right.
Just because you have the puffs doesn't make it the ears. But you see what you're trying to do.
But what did you say?
I said I'm gonna try. If you tell me your expectations, I'm gonna try to meet them because I love you. How does that land for you? Does that land like freedom or does that land like manipulation?
Yeah, that lands like manipulation.
All right, then. Say what it is.
You smell it.
You sitting there acting like it's not stinking, but it's stinking. Yeah. It's stinking, thinking, and you over here acting like, smell nothing. It stinks. Call it out.
Yeah, that stinks of manipulation.
And when you don't call it out, you get caught up in it. And then you become liable and responsible for what you did to yourself through this person. Because they're free to put all these expectations on you. They're free to have whatever thoughts and scripts and boxes. They're free to do that. Mm-hmm. But you got to say, yeah, I love you. And I'll talk to you when I talk to you.
If you're free to do that, I'm free to be me.
No. I'm free to do that. And you're free to be you. It's not if, it's just you already free.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no tit for tat. You just free. Rosa said definitely manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
And Freddie Gall is funny. Voices and all helpful examples landed. And DeBron says, "Is trust fragile? Seems like it's personal." Seems like what's personal? That if it's fragile or not. And here's ultimately what I'm trying to bring to the table, everybody. It's your choice what you want the word trust to mean in your life. I'm not saying anybody's meaning is wrong. I'm just giving you a framework to work within that works, that's true, and that you could use or not use. I'm just inviting you to try it out and see how it works for you. It takes some courage. It takes some little thinking like, this is kind of different than what I'm thinking, than what I've been taught, but is it helpful though? Mm-hmm. What do you want is the ultimate question. Do you want ease in your relationships or do you want it to be difficult in 2021? Like Jamila said,
right.
If you want ease, I'm inviting you to think about it a different way. If you just want to keep doing what you've been doing or keep experiencing what you've been experiencing, keep doing what you've been doing, keep thinking what you've been thinking. It calls for a challenge to your core beliefs, which I know is not easy, and it hits the part of you that really identifies with it.
Yeah.
But so what? That's what life is about. Discomfort.
Yeah, some people are comfortable being uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they'll continue to do what they've been taught or what they learned to do. So instead of, saying, maybe I need to change it, that's why, a lot of relationships, you'll hear people get into these relationships where, they keep meeting the same person, the same type of person over and over again. So what is the common denominator? Yourself. So what are you doing to attract these people? You know what I mean? So again, that's an awesome point there. So I had to chime in for a second.
I appreciate that. And now, since you're chiming in, can you and Yanni read this last clarity chart? If you can show it on the screen. So here's the lies and the truth about trust. So can you read the lies and then you read the truth, Charles?
All right. Truth is complicated.
It don't say that, it say trust.
Oh, trust is complicated, right? It cannot be explained.
Trust is simple. Trust is love, baby.
Trust is about what others do and say.
Trust is all about you. It's your decision.
Trust has levels and can be measured.
Trust is maximal. Trust is not measured.
Trust can be lost and found.
Trust is always present.
Trust can be broken and fixed.
Trust cannot be threatened by anything.
Because trust is love. Trust is fragile.
Trust is strength.
Trust must be earned.
Nah, trust is free.
All right. Hope y'all take a screenshot of that. I'm leaving it up for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. So, yeah, that was good. That was a good talk. You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sitting there talking. I forgot. Yeah, man, awesome conversation, man. Great dialogue. Everything was awesome. Definitely straight to the point. Very clear, precise. Universal principles of love. Hey, before we get out of here, I just want to let everyone know where they can find us. They can find us at LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, also Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, and Instagram at Feel.GoodTalk. So definitely check us out. We're all over the place. All right. And hey, man, again, like always, Naeem, awesome conversation. And I enjoyed the dialogue between y'all. Y'all rocked out. Y'all did y'all thing, and y'all made it so clear. So, I mean, if you had the you got it so clear and understanding. You know what I mean? So, again, thank y'all, for doing that. Appreciate that, definitely. So, hey, before we get out of here, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor one more time. We're going to let them rock out one more time, and then we'll come back, and then we'll sign off. But here they go, the A Game. Here we go.
This is A Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
And that is the A Game. I do have some samples left. So if you want your sample, give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836. Again, this is good for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. It's also good for your immune system as well. So at the time like this, as far as, with the COVID-19 running rapid, this is definitely something you want to have in your as a defense, especially, with your multivitamins as well. But this has 19 natural herbs. So everything's natural here. Nothing artificial, no chemicals. So definitely check it out, the A Game.
I want to do one more clarity chart before we go.
Yes, sir. Hey, brother, you got this.
So it's the Baby Yoda and Yanni clarity chart. So I don't know. All right. So who do y'all vote? Who is more cuter?
Because I got
All right. Well, thanks everybody for participating.
Hey, man. Hey, look, we can't forget to let everybody know. Look, all this work is Naeem Najib's work. So let them know where they can find you on Amazon, Naeem. Show, let them know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. You can find me. Look up my name on Amazon.com.
This is all Naeem's work. Just again, to let everyone know. This is not something we got off of, Google or anything like that. And we definitely, okay, she's laughing. She's on there laughing. Rosa, thank you for tuning in, Rosa. Appreciate you.
Can you share my screen again? I'm actually
Yes, sir. Here we go.
Typing in my name here in Amazon. You can see in the books. This one is what we were just talking about. Trust is not a game. Up in here. And it's all of these are my books as well. So books that I've written. You click on my name, the author page, and you'll see. It's not working right now, but you'll see it. Here we go. All of the books that I've written that are published.
Look at that collection. Woo.
That are up on here. There's a bunch of them. So, and also I want to say HT Lovejoy here on vacation said, feel any way that you want to feel in response to that scenario where somebody's like, how are you supposed to make me
feel any way you want to feel.
But it don't have nothing to do with me, how you feel. All right. But we do feel good talking about this love. So.
There you go, brother. I like that. So, hey, again, man, I had an awesome conversation, great conversation. Thanks for joining us, Johnny. We definitely appreciate you, brother. You come on anytime you want, my brother. You know what I mean? Definitely great. We had a great conversation. Naeem, always a pleasure. You know that. And again, man, this is Feel Good Talk Love 101. I don't know. Anybody got anything to say before we leave? I don't want to just go off like that. Anybody got anything?
Good.
You good? You good, Yanni? All right. Again, this is our Feel Good Talk Love 101. Catch us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. we'll see you next week. And I guess we're going to have the open conversation again. So if you have any questions or you have any comments that you would like to, give us or, talk about, just hit us up on the inbox or just check us out next week. We'll be here the same time, 7 p.m. All right. Have a great night. Be safe out there. Peace.
Peace.